Hello everyone, and welcome back to another CPL event. That's Casual Predecessor League, the one and only amateur league featuring viewer-submitted games from all ranks, bronze to Paragon. I'm your host, Turkey. Let's dive right in and meet the players. For the blue team, that's the Dawn team, you have Evanator11569 playing the Skylar carry with Goofy Goobler on the Narbash support. You then have Uther on the Morgish in mid lane. Storkchild is going to be jungling on the Rampage, and Froggy Chair with the Yin in the off lane. For the Dusk team, that's the red team in the duo lane. You've got Kayzgray on the Kira carry with a Bellica support, Hydra played by Hydra of 7 Seas. Cadelafaminta is going to be playing Shinbi in the mid lane. You've got Newbhunterttv on the Chimera in the jungle, and Vacantnogginyt on the Greystone in the off lane. Let's get this party started. Now, the objective of a game of Predecessor is destroy the enemy's court. That's this large crystal right here, and the way to do that is to push your minions down the lanes. Each tower is going to destroying each tower on the way. That's the tier 1 tower here. You got the tier 2 tower here, then followed by the inhibitor. Once the inhibitor is taken out, you'll be able to deal damage to the enemy's core and win the game. The more inhibitors you take down, the more super minions you'll spawn in your lanes, and the easier time you will have of winning. We also have notable objectives. Here's the Fangtooth Pit. This is going to give you stacking buffs. The first buff is a 50% increase to the time that you get river bugs, or to the duration of your river bugs. The second buff being, I believe, is an 8% movement speed. And not sure about the third buff, but once you get the fourth Fangtooth spawned, it's going to give you a team-wide damage buff. Over here, you've got the Orb Prime Pit, which up until the 21-minute mark is going to be a mini Orb Prime. It's going to give you one person a little aura that's going to strengthen your minions in lane. So we got a Shinbi Morgish matchup here in the mid lane. We don't see too many Shimbis in the mid lane. I think she was designed to be an off-lane champion slash jungler, but there's no reason that she can't play the mid lane. She's got ranged ability with her line tempo. She's got excellent all-in potential. She's got safety with her dash. Let's keep an eye on that and see how that goes. Greystone actually going to be late the lane there. Yin just getting some free farm and pushing up that tower, trying to deny the Greystone. Let's go check out the duo lane. Looks like there's already some action going on. Narbash at half health. Now this Lieutenant Bellica support has been very strong since the 1.4 patch. With the changes to her basic attacks, she shoots a volley of shots that are going to each have a chance to proc the on-hit effects, making on-hit builds very strong with Lieutenant Bellica. Now she will have to be dealing with the Narbash's healing. That's when he sings the song of his people. You see a little green aura emanating from his person. A little blue ward just goes down right there in the middle of the lane. Not sure what that was about. Could have been a misclick. Oh, Bellica putting on the damage. Landing those void bombs can deal a lot of damage in the early game. Now, it will cost quite a bit of mana. But, when you're playing support, you're not worried about CSing. You're worried about keeping the enemy from CSing and helping your carry secure your own CS. Oh, we've got some action over here in the jungle. Let's hop over here. Rampage over here on Chimera's 3 camp. I don't think he knows Chimera's right there on the blue buff. Chimera's going to give up the blue buff, go right for the Rampage. Are they contesting the camp? No, yep, Chimera's contesting his own camp. I believe he gets all of the minions. Rampage is going to hit the boulder throw right there from the stun. Ambush comes out. He's stacking up his healing with his Unleash ability. That's the one that goes choo, 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 choo. However, he's going to grab that first blood off Rampage. Never retreated. Is he going to grab a double kill here? Yin forced to flash out. Shimby shows up with line tempo but misses, and Chimera gets the double kill. That's pretty big. No one ever complained about having a fed jungler, and that is one way to get it started right. Get your first blood kill, follow it up with a double. Rampage could have easily retreated. I'm not sure why he didn't. He knew that Greystone was in the lane right there. I guess looking at the minimap, he didn't see him coming, so he thought he could take that fight, but I mean, goodness, that was a little bit of an oversight there, if you ask me. All right, Skylar and Narbash are actually pushed up into their tower, and Bellica had to back, probably ran out of mana and health most likely. Let's see if there's a play going to go down here. Rampage now in his blue side jungle there. Oh, look at that Quantum Bellica skin. That's such an awesome skin. I got that one out of a quantum core recently, actually, through the battle pass, which is actually an amazing value. You get 2 free skins right from the battle pass. Ooh, Seismic Assault hits a double knockup on both the enemy. Void Drone goes down, gonna drain some more of that mana. Lieutenant Bellica just pushing here on this Narbash. She's just not missing. Hypercharge comes out from the Skylar, gonna laser her down, try to. I'd say that was a pretty good trade for the red team there. But what was I saying about the battle pass? Yes, for $10 you can unlock the battle pass. You actually get, I believe it's like 10 quantum cores out of the battle pass. That's a killer deal. I ended up getting the Lieutenant Bellica quantum core skin. That's the one that she's rocking right there. Awesome skin. I think it's a $25 USD skin. Ooh, Thump comes out on the Bellica. She's forced to flash out. Narbash singing the song of his people, but Chimera in the river here. He smells blood. He sees words. Ambushes on there, unleashes, pushes him back. Oh, that was kind of embarrassing. Can't get my words out. I've been struggling with a sickness here the past few days after moving as well. So forgive me if I have a hard time talking. Chimera looks like he's going to go right for that Fang Tooth. Now, look at this life stealing. We won't stay here long. It's kind of boring to watch PvE and Predecessor if you ask me, but just look at that damage he's taking compared to his healing, and that's his Unleash ability right there. It's going to stack up his passive even faster, and his passive gets, I believe, 30 stacks with increasing health regen. Look at that. He's going to be able to solo that Fang Tooth no problem. There's great advantage to playing junglers that can regenerate health very quickly, is that you can solo these objectives. Alright, Kira's gonna push in on the Narbash Skylar combo. She's gonna get thumped out by the Narbash, and Lieutenant Bellic's gonna show right back up. They're gonna be pushed up in the lane here. Chimera's on his 2 camp here. I wonder if they're gonna rotate there to mid. Rampage back on the enemy Chimera side of the jungle. We'll just zoom right over there if we get a chance here. Greystone looks like, actually, what's Greystone doing? He's setting up for, I don't know what is he backing? No, he's not backing. He's setting up for something. Okay, Chimera's going to rotate here to the mid lane. Jump onto the Mortgage, unleash Mortgage, force the flash out to survive. Greystone coming up from behind. He wants to get on this ledge, but I guess he changed his mind there. Rampage coming out of the Chimera's jungle. He's going to pick a fight here. Boulder Throw connects. Unleash comes out for the Chimera, stacking it up. There's the ambush. Oh, look at the damage, though. Rampage might be able to get him here. Oh, no. I don't think so anymore. Shimby and Greystone both showing up. I'm not sure here. Rampage could have taken the chance to try to escape here. Boulder Throw goes down, but Greystone comes up from behind. Not misses? What? Rampage pounces? Flashes? I think he might escape. No, I think he's going to get dove on. Greystone's got level 6, so he can survive a few tower shots, and yes, he will. Let's back it up 20 seconds here and see what's going down in the left lane. I guess I should say duo lane. Oh, okay, wow. I see what's going on. You got a lazy back right here. And Lieutenant Bellica can sneak around that Void Bomb and do what you just saw. If you're going to take a base here against the Lieutenant Bellica, you want to go further back. You know, you want to force her to go halfway through the tower. Kira having a Shadow Glide Purge, I'm not sure. That might have been a panic ult. Yeah, Rampage getting caught out there in the enemy jungler. Was that 2 times? In the enemy jungle 2 times now. That's not great. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Chimera is sitting pretty with 2 kills for the red team and already 180 gold bounty. That's certainly not bad. Pretty good in my opinion. Let's check the CS now. Storkchild 43 CS versus Chimera's 41, so they're about even on CS. Oh, I completely missed that. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Another lazy back. Oh my goodness. Let's watch that from the Kira's angle here. So that's a Skylar's ultimate ability. It's called the Atomizer. It's just a straight shot, huge ball of death. And you see it connecting right there. Lieutenant Bellica actually paying attention, dodging out of the way. I guess Kira must have had the shop open or something, didn't even bother, but you know, she could have been behind the tower to prevent that. Another instance of lazy back and getting the best of some people. Now, lazy backing typically means that you're backing in a very dangerous position. Now, being under your tower is not usually a dangerous position to be backing in, and however, when you consider some of the abilities of your enemy laners, you might want to give some more space. Let's check on Yin and Greystone here in the off lane. I'm not sure. Don't think too much has been going on. Just the usual solo laner stuff. You know, the 1v1 duel all game. You're fighting for minions in CS. Maybe trying to collect some tower plays. Chimera's going to sneak over here onto the Yin. There he goes. The ambush is on top. Yin get a lash kick and immediately flash out. That's going to save her life, but put that flash on a 5-minute cooldown. I see Rampage here jumping on top of the Shinbi. I don't know why her nameplate's not coming up. There it is. Ooh, Shinbi's going to go with the circle rhythm. A couple of rushing beats and an all-kill ultimate to grab the Morgish. Wow, what a play. I love playing a Shinbi in the off lane. You don't see it much. Maybe it's not recommended, but it's effective. It's good. You can make it happen. Chimera's going to go in, hit the Cole ultimate, the stun. Gonna try to chase him back. Oh goodness, Narbash with a double kill. We have to roll that back. Let's go 30 seconds. How does this shape up here? Alright, you got Narbash in lane by himself. Skylar's coming up through the jungle. She's gonna wrap around to go with the flank. Lieutenant Bellic, I don't know how she changed her skin there. That must be a bug. Alright, Thunk comes out right at the edge of the tower on the Lieutenant Bellic. The hypercharge from the Skylar is gonna finish her off, but Narbash, no, he's gonna steal that kill. Here comes the Crash Bang Boom. Big knockdown incoming. Air Assault comes out from the Skylar for a little extra damage. Kira forced to flash out. Skylar flashing to follow. Plasma Grenade gets on him, but Narbash says, no, that's mine. Sorry, Skylar, you're my support. Wow, you don't typically want to be taking too many kills from your support. You know, it's okay every now and again to get one, but, you know, that's actually going to set them behind a little bit. You know, I mean, I'd like to say that no one ever complained about a Fed support, but I guarantee you plenty of carries have complained to me when I've stolen all their kills. And they can't do much by the 20-minute mark. So the kills right now is 3 to 5. That's 3 kills for the blue team, 5 for the red team. Looks like we have more action coming out over here. Skylar and Narbash pushed up on the enemy tower. Lieutenant Belka comes out with the seismic assault on the Narbash. He's going to take a ton of damage. Chimera's ambush just going to finish him right off. Let's give chase here. Chimera's going to chase this Skylar down. Plasma Grenade comes out slow on. There's the ambush to stick right on top of her, unleash immediately. There's Lieutenant Belka flash, seismic assault right onto her. Rampage gonna miss the boulder throw. I'm not sure if it would have saved him. It very well might have. And oh man, this poor Rampage just can't seem to catch a break. Now he's in lane on the duo side. If he could catch a couple waves, that'd be great for him. But he's got a 3 camp up. He does have a 3 camp, so he will be able to grab that. Morgish and Shimmy just continuing their duel here in the mid lane. Shimmy's got a level ahead. It's never a bad idea to oh my goodness, what? No. Let's back that up. How did, uh-oh. Alright, Rampage just taking damage. Yeah, he tried to stay in clear wave, but he's a melee champion. Oh my goodness. Kira gets her stacks off onto the Rampage and then finishes him off with the Dusk ability. Now that's going to be part of her passive. It's called Vengeance. And it stacks up, I believe you get up to 6 stacks. And it modifies the Dusk ability to deal more damage based off of those stacks. And wow, that was just poor Rampage can't seem to catch a break. Alright, Skylar and Narbash now showing up back to lane. Kira under the tower, she's going to Shadow Glide out, but too much damage coming out from the Skylar. Crash Bang Boom comes out for Narbash. She's gonna miss. Lieutenant Bellic is gonna go for the run here. Is she gonna be able to escape? I'm not entirely sure. Plasma Grenade goes down for the extra slow. Seismic Assault on the Narbash. I think she wanted to go for the Narbash kill. Maybe it would have been the easier kill. But really just caught out of position. You know, caught off guard. That's just how it goes sometimes. Gotta be paying attention to that. Alright, here comes Rampage. Up to the mid lane, gonna try to provide some assistance. I'm gonna see a boulder throw come out. It goes wide. He goes for the pounce. He rumbles. Ooh, Rampage. Miss it. It's alright to miss some ability sometimes, but I feel like that could have been a kill secured if either the boulder throw hit or the rumble slow had gone off. Chimera over here putting in work on the left lane. I've got to roll this back. Alright, let's go 10 more seconds. That's 20 seconds in time. Skylar Narbash once again pushed up. Ward only just now going down, but it's too late. Chimera shows up with an ambush. Is a Cole gonna come out and finish him? No, he's just gonna beat him down here. He's waiting for the ambush cooldown to come back. Chasing him down. There it is. Hypercharge from the Skylar is gonna deal a bunch of damage to Chimera, but there it comes. There goes the Cole right there. Just look at that lifesteal. Look at that healing right there. He's got his passive stacked up. He's getting good healing. She can't fight him. She can't fight him. It's not that he's so strong, it's that she has no anti-heal, which is you know, at this point in the game, it's not usual to be seen, but when you're playing against a Chimera in the jungle or Rampage or even a Boris, it's something you want to do. All right, Chimera here with about a quarter health. Rampage in the Chimera's jungle once again. Void Drone comes outside. So Chimera's absolutely going to live here, in my opinion. Boulder Throw comes down. Yep, there it is. Chimera's going to be sitting pretty with a 580 gold bounty and 6 kills. Good job, Chimera. Going to be trying to carry this game. Poor Rampage. I feel bad for the guy, but you know, you got to make a little bit. You got to make some smarter decisions. I'm not sure. Let's see how far behind he is. He's got 69 CS versus Chimera 71, so not too bad. But when you count the kills, you're looking at a 1,200 gold difference. That's a tier 2 item. You know, that's a pretty big difference at this stage of the game. Shinbi over here dropping some wards, trying to secure some rivers. All right, we got action over here in the duo lane once again. Lieutenant Bellica and Kira now being the aggressors here, but the wave is going to level out back to mid. Narbash pushing in off the top of the thump. Chimera once again from the river. Feeling froggy, goes right on top of the Narbash with an ambush. He's going to get pushed off. That was a good push back. Crash Bang Boom comes out. Narbash stays too long. He should have Crash Bang Boomed and backed up, but no, he thought he could make a play. And instead, it's going to cost them both of their lives. Poor blue team goes down in the duo lane. Both laners back to back. Rampage back in his jungle. That's a good place. That's where you really need to be, Rampage. If you can't go even on the kills, if you can't get the kills, you want to get the farm. Chimera mostly rotating for the kills, which means that his camps are going to be up more often, so there's a chance to be stealing them, and there he is. That's a smart move, in my opinion, to go for the enemy junglers' camps. If they're getting kills, then go for the camps. It's one of the only ways that you can level up your, or that you can, how do you say it? That you can offset the deficit. Chimera ambushing in and then calling immediately afterwards with the help from Shimbi's all-kill ultimate. It's going to secure the kill on Morgish under the tier 1 tower. Skylar and Narbash over here having a hard time. Their tower's gone down. They're still fighting. Kira less than half health. Sorry, my camera control's a little bit off today, but I've been working really hard to get better at it. Yeah, they're just going to have to farm this lane as best they can now for the tier 1 tower. Putting some wards in the jungle here is not a bad idea. In fact, Bellica and Kira already on top of that. Oh, goodness, there's action going down here in the jungle. Let's roll this back. I want to say, let's go 30 seconds. This is 30 seconds back in time. Rampage in the Chimera's jungle. That was a wild pounce. Obviously, I don't think he meant to do that. Chimera using the blast pod to get up there, ambushing down. He smites his own jungle camp. Rampage going to go into the Behemoth ultimate. Yin shows up to deal some damage. Now I think they can take out this Chimera here. Greystone shows up. He's going to make way after a assaulting the gates on top. That's his jump ability. Chimera swinging. He's got the life steal. He just needs to survive long enough, and he's going to get taken out. That was big play for the Rampage, collecting a huge bounty off of that kill. He really needed that. Now Yin is going to try to escape here, and I think she's going to get it away. She's one of the more mobile champions in this game, being able to lash. Oh no! That was oh no! Oh, poor Yin. Yeah, I understand completely jumping over that wall there, but you had a tier 1 tower. All you had to do was lash kick over here and just run. The towers are going to prevent many people from diving. You've got to have a tanky champ, a Greystone, massive damage. I mean, now granted, some people will just roll in there and dive anyway, but I think that was a misplay, but not too misguided. When you're playing Yin and you've got that kind of mobility, you know, you get yourself into positions like that. Just one mistake, like missing the wall jump, is going to cost you your life. Now, Shimbi over here dueling 1v2 onto the duo lane. All kill comes out onto the Skylar. Here's Circle Rhythm, going to give her a little bit of shield. She dashes in with a Russian beat. Chunks a big bit of damage off of Skylar. She might be able to take them both out, but she's hesitant. And I think it's the right call. She's backing here. No, just kidding. That was a bait. Chimera going to show up, flash in. He's charging up for the ambush. That was an excellent thunk by Narbash. Okay, Boulder Throw comes out from the Chimera. That could be big. They can turn this around. But Bellica's going to show up. Rampage stays in with the duo lane not even being there. He's not paying attention there, or he's calling for backup, and they just don't want this fight. Narbash, no mana, half health, can't do anything really in that position other than just be a little bit of extra damage for the enemy to go through, but I think this is the right call here. Just sack that wave, I mean, sacrifice that wave to the tower. Get on back. Here comes Skylar for the cleanup. Best you can do right there. Scoreboard, 6 kills for the blue team, 17 for the red team. Kira shadow gliding under that tower. Not sure what she meant to accomplish there. Oh, there it is. The tower goes down. Morgan still has plenty of help, though. The mark comes out as well as the curse ability, and there it is. Morgish gets the ultimate kill onto Kira. Now Yin sees the Shinbi in the mid lane. Chimera is going to roll up, drop a ward down on the orb buff. Now Orb Prime will be spawning in a few minutes, but he wants to secure, yes, it looks like he wants to secure this mini Orb Prime. It's going to be a nice little buff for whatever laner gets it. Typically, if you have to smite it, it's and take it as the jungler, it's not the best on you because you want to be in the jungle rotating and ganking. But, you know, it's better to be in your hands than the enemy's hands, in my opinion. Now, Rampage, pouncing onto the Bellinger. I think he hit a boulder throw there. She was stunned for a moment. Pushing in and pushing in. Greystone now showing up. Chimera now coming out of the Orb Prime pit after taking it. Rampage going to go down here. Quelling Gale comes out for the end. That's going to block all of Lieutenant Bellica's shots, which was needed, necessary, but I just don't think she's got enough mobility to get out of this versus Chimera. Greystone flash come out from Bellica. 3 people chasing down this Yin. She's gonna fall. Skylar picked up a kill somewhere, but it looks like she's gonna be chased down as well. Ambush comes out. Oh my goodness, what a play. 8 kills for the blue team, 20 for the red team. I think red team are gonna have this in the bag. They could start pushing down tower soon. Chimera's got the mini Orb Prime buff, and this is where it goes to waste right now. Because you grab the mini Orb Prime buff, and you want to be in lane. You want to be taking those tower objectives because the strength that you give your minions is so much. You can easily take down, with the time that you have, you know, 2 towers easily, maybe even 3, if the minion waves are set up properly, you know, on your side for you. But either way, once again, it's better in your hands than the enemy hands. If it's going to waste on the jungler, it's still kept from the enemy because that mini Orb Prime could have made quite a bit of a comeback here for the blue team, allowing them to take out at least the tier 1 mid tower, which is still up for the red team. And the tier 1 tower is, in my opinion, the most important tower in the game. Second most important tower is going to be tier 2. Okay, Kira is going to be fighting under this Rampage. Morgan shows up. Greystone shows up as well. This is now with Skylar here. 3v2. Blast Cone gets missed. Rampage goes down. Kira gets hypercharged to death. Aerosol comes out from Skylar. Greystone going to leap over there to avoid the atomizer. Curse comes out from Morgish, but he's going to have enough health. He's got it. He's even got his ultimate as well, so it's not like he was in any real danger of dying there. Chimera here in the mid lane. If he gets up to that wave, he could actually maybe take a 1v2 here against these two, but gonna play it safe. He's got no bounty on him. All right, there you go. You see that purple buff there on the red team minions. They're gonna make him extra tanky, and they're gonna deal extra damage as well. I think he's... Where's he going to go? Okay, dropping a ward. Beautiful play there. Love to see it. Multiple wards going down in the blue side. They want to keep track of those junglers. Yin pushing up to the tier 2 tower on the off lane. And it looks like the homies are going to come in on this and try to take her out. Shinbi and Chimera both here. Yin deciding to go through the jungle. There comes the lash kick, but right into the waiting arms of a Bellica, so she's going to be forced to flash out. Shinbi still in a position to catch this Yin. And she is oh my goodness, look at that damage. All kill comes out, ooh, and gets the all kill. Well played, Shinbi. I mean, Yin, you were really out of position there, but I don't think you had much choice. You wanted to get that tower, weren't able to secure it. You're going to take a death instead. That's it really is too bad. Let's check the gold count here. You got 26k gold for the blue team versus 30,000 gold for the red team. That's nearly a 4,000 gold difference. That's spread across the team. That's a few tier 2 items for, you know, quite a few members. And that might not seem like a lot, but it can be quite a bit. Like those small stats that you gain from the tier 1 and the tier 2 items, they add up. They add up quite a bit. And now typically it's going to be in you know, higher level games. I'm saying plat level games and higher. That's where you're going to have more of a need to get these small advantages. But here in the casual Predecessor League, we cast games from Bronze to Paragon. So we're going to be seeing a lot of, you know, we see a lot of different moves, different plays. Okay, here's this Rampage jumping in with his Behemoth ultimate. Going to get knocked up. Narbash goes in. I want to hear a crash bang boom. There it is. doing it right for the Bellico, which I don't think is the best play, but they're going to grab a kill off that. Kira is forced to purge just to keep him off. Shimby shows up, didn't even see her there, trying to target the Skylar. That's an excellent target acquisition. Not going to be able to get a kill back, I don't think so. But they're still here. This is a 2v3. Shimby and Kira must be feeling really strong. Looking at the health of Rampage and Narbash, I think they can get it. Shimby going to circle rhythm in, forcing Rampage to back out. Ooh, all kills gonna get him. Shimby's gonna stasis to avoid that damage. Atomizer comes out but misses. Kira's gonna clean up the Skylar. Oh goodness, blue team is they're getting beat up on. Yin shows up, he wants to fight this Kira. Kira shadow glides, Yin lash kick, get a little bit of slow. Yin flash kick does not stun anymore, or root I mean. And I think that's a good thing. Quelling Gale goes down, but oh no! She didn't have her wind burn ability active. That's the ability that gives Yin extra range on her auto attacks. Yin is a half melee, half range champion, and the Quelling Gale is a very strong ultimate. It prevents all projectiles, enemy projectiles, from passing through it. But when you're not inside of the Quelling Gale, you don't get that effect. Beautiful ultimate by Mortgage. A Mark and a Curse is going to clean that Kira right up. Now this could be anyone's game here. Blue team 11 kills, red team has 26 kills. Now that is big deficit, but combat, oh my goodness, Chimera, what's he gonna do? Drops a ward, flashes in, thought he had more minions, because he wanted that kill on Margish. With his ultimate available, he absolutely could have got it. Skylar now showing up, Lieutenant Belka and Shimmy rotating on this side of the jungle with Rampage as well, clearing a camp. Seismic Assault goes down with the Void Drone. Sky Assault come up with Skylar. Look at these super minions. I call them super minions, but they're not quite super minions. They're buff minions. Tower goes down. Skylar forced to flash out. Chimera getting chased down. There's the Cole ultimate, followed up by a Seismic Assault. Beautiful play, gonna take out that carry easy. Nutman shows up just a little too late. Too late to do anything. Double kill for the Chimera. Going for the red team. They're gonna push this inhibitor down. And I think this is about the beginning. I want to say the beginning of the end, but it might just be the few nails in the coffin here. Chimera diving under that tower just does not. They've got no care in the world. They don't mind dying here. Rampage shows up, hits the boulder throw. Seismic Assault comes out, and knocks them both up. Rampage goes down. Chimera life stealing so well. Look at that. He gained more. He had more health by the end of that fight than he started that fight with. And this is one of the strengths, the great strengths of the life stealing, the regenerating champions. It's so strong. If the enemy team, let's see blue team, have they built any anti-heal? No, I'm not seeing any. Okay, no, there is anti-heal. The Goofy Googler does have the Tainted Mask, but that's just, I don't think that's really enough. I think you need a little bit more. Now, granted, if Narbash could be in every single fight, that Chimera is in, it'll be effective. Thump comes out onto the Greystone. Minions, nice big minion wave, attacking the enemy core, or the blue team core, down to 75%. Greystone taking a bunch of damage, but he's got his ultimate available. Yeah, I think this is it here. If they can't hold here, that's going to be GG at well, you know, maybe 25 minutes or so. But like I was saying, there's a great strength to those life-stealing heroes in the jungle, even in lane. Building something like a Raiment of Renewal on a tank, which gives out-of-combat % healing, is really strong. Not very effective when the enemy team's building anti-heal, and those are all the tainted items that reduce life-stealing. Rampage just gonna take the jump pad out of there, stand there for a minute, and I have nothing to say to that. Skylar goes up in the air, hypercharge, comes up to the Greystone. There is going to be the Stoneforge Soul ultimate. Takes the atomizer right to the face. Ooh, Narbash can't survive. Yeah, lash kicking out. There's so much action here. I don't know how to commentate this. I think that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Only Yin survived. I don't think she has what it takes to hold off this many heroes. Core's at 66%. Chimera goes in on the end, taking massive damage. You see that chunk of health he just got there. She's going to chase him down and get the kill. Okay, there might be a play here. Lieutenant Bellica with a Neural Disruptor to take out the rest of her health. Again, just going to get back in time to just survive, but that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. That is GG. Well played, and congratulations to the red team there. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. A special thanks to our players in this match. I hope you have Oh, sorry. If you have a game of Predecessor that you'd like to see casted, you can whisper us on Twitch at TurkeyJarTV or send us an email at turkeyjarmedia@gmail.com. Thank you for everyone that was here today, and a special thanks to our players in this match. I hope you have a great evening, a wonderful morning, and an excellent weekend. Good night, and God bless you, friends. Turkey out.